Hello there, Ray here, and the latest Snapshot 18W11A is out, and with it comes some big changes including shipwrecks as well as a new hostile mob. Add new shipwrecks which can generate underneath of the ocean, and you can see this one here mostly consists of spruce as well as oak, and they did say they were going to make the mast out of stripped logs, but I don't see that in this one. We got the trapdoors which go down underneath to the hull. Here's the main area where you would store your items, and just like in any old shipwreck, you have a chest, and this one's full of potatoes, poison potatoes, rotten flesh, some TNT, gunpowder, and even a tunic which has Curse of Vanishing. Now if we go into the main quarters, which are up in front, we can see that this one is full of paper, books, as well as a treasure map. So this treasure map is very similar to the treasure maps we have seen before. So here's the buried treasure right here behind this gravel. I like the gravel a lot better than the stone in the previous snapshots. And as you can see in this chest, it's completely full of items, unlike the previous chest that we looked at. This is full of gold ingots as well as iron and some cooked cod and even a sword in there. In the back of these ships is the captain's quarters, so going down here, he would have his chair and stuff. I don't know why they made this so small. I suppose they want you to swim through it. But yeah, like the chairs, the tables, and there you have your chest with all the good loot. Now the shipwrecks can spawn in different shapes and sizes. Here's one that's completely broken up, and it has a small door where you can get inside, and there's loot inside of here. Here you can see another one that's full of paper, and this one over here has a chest, and this one has all the rare types of ore. So we got like the iron as well as the emeralds, and you can even get like diamond and gold inside of here as well. And depending on what type of ocean biome these shipwrecks generate, they can be made up of different types of plank. They also added a new hostile mob that can spawn naturally, and these are called drown. So this is the spawn egg that they come from, and they spawn on the bottom of the oceans, and they can walk along the bottom of the ocean as well as swim through the ocean, as you can see this guy doing. Drown can also spawn inside of river biomes. Now they also have a chance of spawning with a trident in their hand, and they're able to use this trident as a ranged weapon. The normal ones would attack you similar to a zombie. Now there is also baby variations of these. Here's a baby one here. You can see it's fairly similar to like a baby zombie, and they can spawn with tridents as well. Which will drop rotten flesh, and rarely they will drop a gold ingot, and pretty rare is you can actually get a fully repaired trident from one of these. Looting doesn't seem to help always get yourself a trident, so I don't seem it's related to looting, but looting does help you get the chance of getting a broken trident, which when you kill one of these, you'll have a chance of getting a broken trident as well as the normal trident chance. So here you see I got 2 tridents off of one of them. Drowned also have a chance of spawning with the fishing pole, and killing them gives you a chance of getting the fishing rod. It seems that the ones that are wielding a fishing pole are even more rare than the ones that are holding a trident. You can see a couple of fishing poles here, but there's quite a few ones that are holding tridents. Drowned are supposed to have another super secret item added to their loot table soon. Now the drowned that have tridents will try to throw the tridents at you, and they do quite a bit of damage, and the other ones will just try to swim at you and attack you. I think these would hurt pretty similar to like a zombie. So the drowned that are holding tridents will try to shoot at you, and you can use shields to reflect their range attack. Similar to arrows that are shot from the skeletons, these tridents that the drowned throw out cannot be picked up by the player. Now normal zombies will no longer float on top of water. Instead, they will sink down into the water, and they will eventually drown, and this will turn them over into drowned zombies. So let's just wait until this guy drowns. Notice how the zombie is shaking instead of taking any damage. So it's almost like the same conversion that you see from villagers into a villager zombie. Here you're seeing it from a zombie into a drowned zombies. And there you go. As soon as he converts over, he's able to swim. You could make a trident farm just by drowning a large amount of zombies, and then having those zombies convert over to drowned, and then kill those and get a trident. Now other variations of the zombie, such as husk as well as zombie villagers, are able to float. You can hear that the drowned kind of make a gurgling sound, which is pretty appropriate for a drowned zombie. When killed by a drowned that is holding a trident, it'll say that you were impaled by a drowned. When hit by a drowned and killed, you will get a message that says you were just slain by a drowned. They also come in the chicken jockey variation. As you can see, this guy isn't sitting, but he's still swimming with his legs moving. And it's kind of cool because the chicken wants to swim to the top, so he'll reach the surface. And once he reaches the surface, he starts to look like a normal chicken jockey with his legs sitting in front of him like he's riding the chicken. When drowned or above water, they will start on fire, and then they'll try to seek water if it's nearby. During night, the drowned have a tendency of leaving the ocean and climbing up onto the land. Just like the other undead mobs that we've seen, the drowned do not like baby turtles, and they even go so far as to chase them through the water. Drowns with trident will even use their tridents to attack baby turtles when they're on the land. Just like the other zombies, the drowned will try to destroy the turtle's eggs. Drowned are also very hostile towards the villagers and will chase them, and they will even throw their tridents at them. Now when a drowned attacks a villager and eventually kills it, it will convert the villager over into a zombie. Now even the baby zombies of the drowned burn up in the daytime. We're here at our naturally generated coral reef, and they have introduced some more types of coral. So these are coral fans. So we got the blue, we got the pink, we got the purple, red, as well as the yellow. And these would probably generate on side of the coral. Now currently they haven't introduced them into game, but I could definitely see how these would be sitting on here. And I think they would look really nice in this situation. They also added another keybind. So if we look at here, they also added F3 plus C equals copy location as a TP command. So if we just press F3 and C, it will copy our coordinates. And then if we hit Control V while opening up our chat here, you can see that it pastes in not only our coordinates that we had as well as rotation. So this is pretty much the same stuff you see in the F3 screen. Now this is nice, especially for a creative, but I wish they would have it so that in survival it'd be a little more useful. Let's say you die in like some lava here, and a lot of times you end up with this death screen. If you could press F3 and C in this screen, you could actually get your coordinates, but currently you cannot. Here's the ocean monument that generated. You can see it generated with 2 entrances, so part of it has been completely cut off. And yeah, I think they're messing with the generations of structures, but you can see how this side's all messed up. And here's where you typically have an entrance, but if you go over here, you can see there is also another entrance. So something's not quite right with ocean monuments in the snapshot. So typically the Elder Guardian will spawn in the center as well as in the 2 wings, but since this one has 3 wings, this one actually generated with 4 Elder Guardians. Here are some loots from some other shipwrecks. Here you can see one that has lapis as well as enchanted bottles inside of it. I think maybe next they should come out with a waterlogged variation of the doors since it looked kind of strange. So shipwrecks also come in this form where they are tilted on their side. So this would be the main deck, and this would be like the mast, and this would be the very front of the ship. And these ships also have chests. Of course, the chests aren't tilted sideways, but you can see what's inside them. Some of the ships can be partly out of the water, like this one, so you can actually run into them if you're running around with your boat. Here's another one that's tilted on side, except this is the back half of it, and these also have chests as well. And you can see this one has the diamond. Here's a complete ship that's on its side. It's made out of jungle log. Here's an almost fully intact upside down ship. So the mast is supposed to be on this side, and you can see the bottoms at the top. Here's one that's almost completely fully intact. You can see its mast is mostly there, just missing a little bit right there. I think it's quite impressive to find this underneath of the water. Some of these boat structures have fences that aren't connected to the other fences, which is kind of an interesting detail, but I'm not sure if they did this intentionally. I noticed that they still haven't implemented the waterlogged chest for the underwater runes, and there's also these weird water bubbles kind of sitting inside of these runes. Probably something they will probably look into in future updates. I think this is the first time I found a underwater runes that's actually above the ground, although I've heard people talk about them. I've never seen this underwater rune before. It's quite big. I think they should also introduce some dead coral into their coral reefs, maybe like along the edges. So here's the edge over here. You can see that it kind of goes into a different biome. Maybe along here they would have like some coral that died, just to represent that not all coral is vibrant and some of them actually are dying. Just a thought. It's pretty cool to see this coral generate even down in these ravines. Here we have one down at lava level. This snapshot gives some really big new stuff to go along with the already awesome 1.13 update. We got the shipwrecks, a new hostile mob, as well as some new floral. So if you found this interesting, show me the like. If you'd like to see more Snapshot reviews, subscribe. And if you have anything they want me to test, tell me in the comments. Bye-bye!